days. Where you have so many different styles, where does like a song usually start for you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, do you want me to hold this?
Go for it, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always trying to mix it up. Yeah, because, I've been doing a lot of songs recently where I'm singing and writing lyrics, and that's this totally new thing that I've never done before. And then there's times where I'm just in the mood to make, something without vocals, and that's more just, for DJing and for the dance floor. And yeah, within that, I feel like, I feel like it's always fun to mix it up. Whenever it's something I get in my head about. If I'm making a song and I feel like if I've already done it, then I'll get uninspired. And so, yeah, starting things in different ways is a great way to keep things fresh and exciting.
So would you say you find your inspiration kind of more from other artists that you see around you, or just kind of walking around, you hear a beat, you feel a vibe, and just kind of start it from there? What do you think?
Yeah, both. There's times where I'll hear something that really blows me away and I want to make something just like it. Like literally last night, I was digging into Charlotte Day Wilson. She's a singer. And yeah, I learned the chords for one of her songs because I was just obsessed with it. And then I changed them, and then it turned into this house thing. And she's R&B, chill, jazzy stuff. And yeah, but then there's times where I'm not really listening to anyone in particular, and I'm just kind of maybe in a mood, or I'm feeling something. If I'm feeling like I want to go hard and make something banging, or if I'm feeling a certain kind of emotion, there's times where I'll be just at the piano or something, or on my computer, and just throwing stuff at the wall until I'm ooh, this feels right for this moment. So yeah, it's always different.
So are you self-taught on kind of the DJing stuff? Do you have kind of instruments that you started with, or kind of where did your music origin start?
Yeah, I grew up with classical piano, and then totally neglected it for a couple years. And I'm recently getting back into it, which is pretty funny. It's a big I told you so moment to my mom. Piano lessons are lame, and now I'm damn, it's so sick.
Now piano's where it's at.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of things it's kind of about a blend. I feel like DJing, I learned a lot from YouTube. It's I feel like nowadays I'm surrounded by a lot of musical homies who I'm always learning stuff from. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like there's just as much kind of self-discovery, trying to figure stuff out on my own. It's
as much as someone can teach you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I feel like to really learn something, someone can teach you, but you still have to go and do it yourself. So
100%.
Yeah.
So do you think, what song would you say you think has been a turning point, or do you think of a song that you released and kind of kickstarted or dropped for you that just made a difference? What do you think?
Well, I feel like, it's interesting. I feel like there's been a handful. I feel like one defining one kind of recently was I put out this song called Can't Hang, and it was the first song that I was fully singing, and I'm not a good singer, and thankfully I know my way around the computer enough where I can make it work, and be okay, this doesn't sound make it sound real. And I was just that song was also one that it was my first experience really writing a song, kind of
from scratch, from the heart,
singing. I'd put my voice on stuff on Dirty Bird tracks and whatnot. But for some reason it felt different to be singing about some shit that that felt vulnerable, and I played it at the Dirty Bird camp out back in, I guess, 2016. And I hadn't even put it out, but so many people were asking me about what the song was. People sending me the video of it, being what is this? And yeah, it's interesting. Still, I feel there's still moments where, you'll be doing something and you're so unsure if people are gonna fuck with it, or if they're gonna be this is whack.
Yeah, and not feel it at all.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel
Not a very good response to it.
I feel like as an artist in general, the rule of thumb is like you just got to do it anyways if you feel strongly about it.
That's how you make your own brand.
Exactly, and I feel like even if it didn't go well, I'd probably still be trying because I enjoyed the process. Like I enjoyed the singing, the writing lyrics and stuff. And yeah, but having that positive affirmation just like it really was. I was like, okay, I'm gonna grind so hard on this, like, and then I've made an album's worth of songs, and that came out last year. So yeah, it's dope.
So I was going through your recent albums and stuff lately. I see a lot of your features are Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
Who is he to you? What's your guys' connection?
Yeah, dude. So it's cool, man. The year before this Dirty Bird camp out was when we really got down and started making music, Josh and I. And we were homies in college, and we were like the two sensitive music guys in a fraternity at USC. And we were living in our frat house together as everyone was like trying to get down to like EDM bangers and like Drake, and that stuff's great, but I felt so out of place musically because I was into like Dirty Bird and Warehouse
that
Party, house techno. And Josh was singing and writing songs on the ukulele, and so like we couldn't be more different, but we were both kind of like out of place a little bit. Yeah, he was like Jack Johnson, John Mayer inspired, which like. No one wants banana pancakes. Chugging techno. So but yeah, so our last year of college, we after being friends for a while, we were like, dude, our music's super different, but let's try and throw it in the blender. And I was interested in the singing and the songwriting, and those collaborations, I feel like it really reaffirmed my like interest in that stuff because it was just such a cool process to be sitting with him, like seeing how these songs would come together in terms of like shit that I hadn't even thought about, like verses and choruses, which are so different from like breakdowns and build-ups and drops, but yeah, so that we made an album's worth of music together, and after that happened, that's what really inspired me to like try it myself. And then on my album last year, he had a couple features on it too, and there's a couple songs where I was like, yo, dude, I need some help on this, I'm struggling, what do I do? And he really helped me through those like those moments of writer's block and stuff. So yeah.
So Josh brought in kind of ukulele, the Jack Johnson, that kind of alternative vibe. You kind of bring in that kind of techno, deep house-ish vibe.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's like a jazz sense in some of your music. And I'm curious, where did that come from? I mean, was that kind of something exposed as a kid with your family? Like, what kind of music did you grow up around?
Yeah, my dad would put on, when I was like getting driven to school or around town, whatever, he would put on this like cheesy, smooth jazz station, and it was dope because I learned it was called 94.7 The Way. And it's funny because there was like I was down with like smooth jazz, even though it's like super cheesy, but that same station would also play like soul music, funk, and disco as well, and just like lots of cheesy love songs that have like cool chords and stuff. And so I feel like that's definitely that whole range of influences definitely like made a big impression on me, for sure.
So I can tell you're saying you get that kind of jazz funk, and looking at the separate from your music and the Fantastic Void music, where they're much more kind of funky, kind of disco house. So where is it kind of hard when you find yourself making music, kind of separate those two, your group with the Fantastic Voyage and your music as a solo? Where do you find that balance between?
Yeah, dude, I feel like I just really don't limit myself to like a style or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of artists who prefer kind of compartmentalizing what they do, where they have like a techno alias, and then they have like a house thing, and then they have like a hip hop side project or something. For me, I just feel like most of the stuff that I make, as I'm making it, very back in my mind, I'm thinking about like how would people dance to it. Okay. And so at the end of the day, everything that I'm making, I feel like is deep down rooted in what I see in terms of my DJing and stuff, and that can be like there's songs that I made and that like I made a lot of music that's almost kind of like rock stuff, or has like rock moments, and then stuff that has like, you know, some like hip hop moments, and all over the place,
a little bit of funk,
yeah, and then like straight techno stuff, and I don't know. I feel like most people listen to everything, anyways, and I feel like as a DJ, one of my favorite things is being able to, you know, go through lots of different styles of music without it feeling like I'm on shuffle, you know, making it smooth. So that's it. I feel like I'm all over the place, and hopefully that's okay.
And then kind of just wrapping it up, this next coming year, what's the big goal of yours?
Yeah, I'm finishing up another album. It's pretty dope. I'm playing a lot of the songs out already, and last year when I put out my home album, you know, a big part of it was playing it live with a band. I always wanted to play in a band, and was the kid with the classical piano, so I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to play like a Red Hot Chili Peppers Mozart. But so yeah, it's dope. I'm playing like in my first band with a bunch of my friends, like half from college, half from high school, and that shit's been so much fun and really hard. Also, like so much work, and kind of like, you know, you practice and then you play and you're like, fuck, we sounded beat. We gotta more. And then it's good, and then you're happy, and then like 3 weeks go by and you don't practice, and then you play again and you're like, damn, we're like starting from scratch. It's so different from DJing, but I really love both. But so yeah, for this coming year, hopefully finish up this whole album and get all these songs like integrated into the bands that we're all playing them. And yeah, that's I also am just super itching to like put out a ton of new like house music and stuff, just like that. Yeah, I really do like it all. So hopefully there's just enough time to do it, you know?
Oh, yeah. Nice. Awesome. Well, good luck, man. I'm super stoked to see you in your set soon.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
It's been awesome.
Good chatting.